tattoo that said made in 91 just above her right thigh.
That would be awesome. I would love to do that. Right now?
Whenever Josh is ready. Yeah.
I've always wanted to do this. Is that good?
Yeah, perfect.
Had a tattoo that said made in 91 just above her right thigh. She was young, I was dumb, and I gave her so much sweet time. She broke my heart at the twisted cord, ran off with another guy. Now I'll never get over the night they rocked me so, when my little red said goodbye. I'm gonna miss her, that you can bet. I still dream about how it felt to run my hands down her neck. I still love her, feel like I'm gonna die. And now I'll never get over the night they rocked me so, when my little red said goodbye. I heard the fella that she ran off with was a rough and rowdy man. I should have known better than to leave her waiting on me back at the van. She was halfway to Hazard in El Camino before I even realized. Now I'll never get over the night they rocked me so, but when my little red said goodbye. I'm gonna miss her, that you can bet. I still dream about how it felt to run my hands down her neck. I still love her, feel like I'm gonna die. And now I'll never get over the night they rocked me so, where my little red said goodbye. Lord knows I've searched high and low, ever since the night that she left. But every time I come up cold, I ain't giving up just yet. I'm gonna miss her, that you can bet. How I wish that she'd come home and put an end to this mess. I still love her, I've cried all that I can cry. And now I'll never get over the night they rocked me so, where my little red said goodbye. Yeah, I'll never get over the night they rocked me so, where my little red said goodbye.
So with Little Red, my band played at the Twisted Cork in Lexington, Kentucky, which we played there a lot, so much that I got very comfortable, too comfortable, and left my bass, just went back in and get some guitars and stuff, and came back out and it's gone, and it was all on me. But I was pretty bummed. It was a bass that I learned bass on. I'd played that bass for over 10 years, and so after about 3 months of just being sad and nothing coming up, no leads, my friend Michael Litton and we will get together every now and again and just throw stuff out. And I was like, man, I got this idea to personify my bass as a cheating woman, and I want to write the song, and I just want to be done, and I want to be over with it. and we wrote the song probably in like 20 minutes. So, yeah, that's how that came to be, and it was a nice little silver lining. It's my favorite thing about songwriting is that you can take terrible things that happen and you can turn them into something beautiful and productive to not only your soul, but maybe someone else's soul.
Honey, I know it's been a long time since I've been the man that you wed, and it feels like ages since I fell asleep laying beside you in bed. But I've rounded up my last year, I've sang my last campfire song, I've seen my last frontier sunrise, I've spent my last night far from home. I'm hanging up my hat and my gun, settling down from a life on the run, closing my tab out, honey, I've had my fun. La vida de un vaquero ain't for everyone. All the whiskey and wild western skies, all the cold beer and cold 45, they don't hold a candle to the feeling I find when I look into your auburn eyes. So I'm hanging up my hat and my gun, settling down from a life on the run, closing my tab out, honey, I've had my fun. La vida de un vaquero ain't for everyone. Tab out, honey, I've had my fun. La vida de un vaquero ain't for everyone.
The song La Vida de un Vaquero, I watched, I'm not a big Garth Brooks guy, but I watched his documentary on Netflix, and it was bizarre. But I never knew that he came off the road to like spend time with his daughters. And I think that musicians liken themselves a lot to cowboys because we kind of live the same lifestyle that they did. We're on the road and we're working on the road, and when we come home, you know, we might not be there for very long. So I kind of thought about, you know, it being honorable that Garth did that. And I think there's a part of at least every musician with children. I can't say every musician. There's a part of every musician with children that just goes like, man, kind of just want to, you know, come off the road and give this up. But you know in your heart you have to, it's something you have to do. So I just kind of wrote that from that standpoint of a cowboy just being ready to give up his life and settle down.
Got a hole in my boat, and I'm taking on weight, and I'm starting to sing with the masses of hate that the world seems to give so free. The harder that I paddle, the deeper I go, quicker I drive, I lose all control, and I can't seem to get back home. How much more can a man take? How much longer must I wait till the sea starts getting calmer, till the sun comes shining through, till you lead me out of Egypt? I'm begging you to move. If it does or if it doesn't happen, you are good. Try to take a deep breath, try to look to the sky for a glimmer of hope in the dark of the night. But there ain't no wind in sight, so I hide your word inside my heart. I take it step by step, 'cause I know you are. Joy comes in the morning. How much more can a man take? How much longer must I wait till the sea starts getting calmer, till the sun comes shining through, till you lead me out of Egypt? I'm begging you to move. If it does or if it doesn't happen, you are good. How much more can a man take? How much longer must I wait till the sea starts getting calmer, till the sun comes shining through, till you lead me out of Egypt? Lord, I'm begging you to move. But if it does or if it doesn't happen, if it does or if it doesn't happen, if it does or if it doesn't happen,
You Are Good, I also wrote with him. I want to say last year, but it's not last year. I'm still in 2022 in my brain. So in like December of 2021, I'd been studying to get my real estate license and just to add some extra income. And I had failed it 2 times, and I just felt stuck. We were needing to move. Our family had grown, and we were needing to move, and it was just, it just wasn't happening at the time. And I think as a husband, I definitely feel, I shoulder that. And it's not because of her, it's just what I feel my responsibility is. And so anyway, I'm feeling pretty down, and Michael had sent me the first verse, and it just really resonated with me. And so I kind of got into the mindset of, I think in the Bible, there are many stories of people that bad things happen to, and that the world would probably look at them and say, your God has abandoned you. Joseph spent so many years in prison, and Paul spent a lot of time in prison. These people, Job, his whole family just, they died, and he was cursed with, sickness. But God had a purpose for that. Sorry.
You good?
God has a purpose for any suffering, because he sees the big picture and we don't. And I just felt that way. I felt that, I don't know, I felt, if I was being honest, I felt like God wasn't hearing my prayers, but he was. And at the end of that, I just decided to say, you know what? You're still good through all of that. And I wanted to praise him in the times that I thought that things weren't good. And that made all the difference in my heart, in my state of mind. And so Michael helped me bring that thought to a paper. In the second verse, it talks about joy comes in the morning. That's Psalm 35. Weeping may last through the night, but joy comes in the morning. And our culture kind of, there's this healthy, wealthy, and wise gospel mindset that God wants you to be healthy and have a lot of money, and God just wants you to be close to him. All other things he'll give you. Sorry to be long-winded on that, but that's a personal favorite.
I know a daddy can't get no sleep. I know a mom that does nothing but weep. I know a girl who's 6 feet deep, all because somebody put drugs on the street. 16 years young, wild and free. That's what she'll always be to me. Broke all my buddies' hearts in two. Every time she came to town in June. But now I know a daddy can't get no sleep. I know a mom that does nothing but weep. I know a girl who's 6 feet deep, all because somebody put drugs on the street. Beautiful girl, life life cut short. Ain't none of us got a clue what for. And it's so damn hard to not be mad. But I'm thankful for the times we had. Shooting that dealer won't bring her back today. All that I can do is pray for the daddy I know that can't get no sleep, for the mama I know that does nothing but weep. I miss that girl who's 6 feet deep. Damn, that dealer put drugs on the street. I know a girl who's 6 feet deep, all because somebody put drugs on the street.
And then we have I Know a Girl. My cousin, Becca Taylor, she passed away a few years ago, and she was like a month older than me. And we spent a lot of time together as kids, and as we got older, you know, we would see each other every now and then. She lived in Auburn, Indiana, so it's like 6 hours away, and just kind of kept up on Facebook and stuff. But yeah, she passed away, and it was, you know, obviously it was unimaginable, and I sat with it for a long time, and I felt really weird about writing that song because I didn't know how they would feel, but I just felt like I needed to, and sent it to one of my other cousins after I finished it, and kind of reluctantly, and he was like, "Hey, do you care if I send this to Preston, who's his brother, who was Becca's dad?" And I was like, "No, like if you think that it'll all be okay," and I did, and I felt like, you know, he sent me a really heartfelt message, and it's just, you know, something to. It's a heavy message, but I think it's something, you know, even though she, you know, lives 6 hours away, in our community, it happens every day. And we need to be aware of that as a community, and, you know, just find ways to help that. And I don't know the answer. If I did, I'd be parading it. I don't know the answer if it's, you know, as far as like legislation. I think my answer is Jesus, but that's a broad term, and I think you can be a little bit more active and specific in what that means. But yeah, that's what I wrote that song about.
My whole family packed up and drove 2 hours south to hear me at the listening room in some old tourist town. My folks booked us a room down at Whispering Pines so we could all catch up and spend some time. But now I'm driving and it's 11:33. By the time that I make it back to them, they'll be asleep. I'd be lying to you if I said it didn't hurt. Everyone says what I do is such a blessing, but today it sure feels like a curse. this morning, got our breakfast in. By the time I got settled, I had to hit the road again. My daughter cried because she doesn't understand why daddy can't just be like any other man. Now I'm driving down Dollywood Lane and I'm crying, 'cause someone else will have to take my place. It's evident to passing cars that I am feeling hurt. Everyone says what I do is such a blessing, but today it sure feels like a curse. Yeah, I missed it the whole damn trip, just chasing a dollar. It don't make any sense. I could always make myself another dime, but I won't ever get back any of the time that I was driving away from those I love while they're crying, just missing daddy's hugs. I'd be lying if I said I haven't wondered what it's worth. Everyone says what I do is such a blessing, but today it sure feels like a curse.
And then the last one is called The Curse. And it stemmed from a weekend. I played the listening room in Pigeon Forge. And so it was me, Michael Litton, my good buddy I've talked about a lot, Emily Jamerson from here in town, and then a guy named Tyler Hood. I'm just playing for a second. So Tyler Hood was there. My whole family bought tickets, and my mom booked this like weekend getaway, and I got to be there for some of it, but I had to work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and so I, broke my back to. After I was done, I drove back. I'd get back at like 2. I'd wake up for breakfast. Blah 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 blah. So I remember this moment of having to leave on Saturday. It was like 2 o'clock, and they were going to Dollywood, and I was telling my daughter I had to leave, and she was crying because she wanted me to go. She was crying because she wanted me to go with her, and she didn't understand. She just wanted her dad to go to Dollywood with her. And like, we go, it's like, it's not the end of the world. We go all the time. But it was just in that moment, I cried. Like, almost the whole way.
Is that a feeling that you think that you do? You feel that when you're out on the road and stuff?
Oh yeah, feel it right now.
Well, I'm not much good at writing letters, I gave up and decided that I'd call. No, there's really not much news to tell you. Things back here, they never change at all. It snowed today, it's cold here for November, but I hear the weather's warm out there. So if you see Burt Reynolds, would you shake his hand for me and tell old Burt that I've seen all his movies? I hope you make the big time, hope your dreams come true. But if Hollywood don't need you, honey, I still do. Last night I drove the truck to Amarillo. Some friends and I, we had a laugh or two. But lately we don't cut up like we used to. 'Cause all that I can think about is you. I know that this is what you've always wanted, but I know now all I want is you. So if you see Burt Reynolds, would you shake his hand for me and tell old Burt that I've seen all his movies? I hope you make the big time, hope your dreams come true. But if Hollywood don't need you, honey, I still do. If Hollywood don't need you, honey, I still do.
I think that when I boil it down, that music is feeling heard. Some of my earliest memories of music, and I always hear music and images in my head, right? But some of my earliest memories of like loving songs was, I remember being in high school, and I think that's when it really started to mean something more than just songs to me. Was so many times the Avett Brothers has a song called Sorry Man, that, you know, your mama doesn't like me, she says I'm a sorry man, just little stuff like that. But I'm digressing. I remember feeling heard and going, someone else felt that way. I'm not alone. I'm not weird. There's nothing wrong with me. And so I think that's what music is. And I think that's the biggest reason that I want to tell hard stories, for me to tell. Two of those songs are very difficult for me to sing today. But I believe if they make me feel heard, and they obviously are because I'm writing them, then maybe there's one person that needs to hear something that I said. And if one person feels heard because of what I've done, that's a win.